Good day, classmates and friends. My name is John Kayaban, and I, along with my group mates, will be discussing Module 16, which is the Internet Radio. I will be kickstarting the report and will also introduce the Internet Radio to you, classmates. The objectives of our report are as follows. Number one is to describe the totality of the radio industry. Number two is to discuss the basic principles of broadcasting via internet radio. And then number three is to know radio programming. And then number four, the last one, is to know the technology behind the internet radio. Our Module 16 report is divided into six parts. The reporters are as follows. For part one, that would be me, I will be the one to introduce the internet radio. For part 2, Angela will discuss the future of traditional radio. TJ will tackle part 3, how do I broadcast on internet radio? The internet radio technology, which is part 4 of the report, will be presented by Riza. Farah will guide you on how to start an internet radio station should you be interested in opening one. Lastly, Bass will wrap up the report by discussing empowerment through community web radio, which is close to our hearts because it is connected to development communication. Now let's get started. What is the internet radio? Instead of traditional radio, where it's transmitted via radio waves or over the air, internet radio is transmitted via digital signals through the internet. Traditional radio, on the other hand, is transmitted from a physical broadcasting tower over the air in the form of radio waves, and the frequency will be picked up by the radio tuner or transistor radios that you have in your homes. So, what sets internet radio apart? Internet radio is a little bit different as it is broadcasted via the internet, which means it's digital, which means there's no to little interference. When it comes to the sound quality, it's always clear and crisp. It is also available anywhere in the world. Hence, we don't have to be in the range of the broadcast tower just to listen. Over the past years, the internet radio started to go beyond desktop PCs. More and more types of medium are web connected because of the modern information and communication technologies, or ICTs. Mobile devices continue to evolve. Our smartphones also allow us to tune into internet radio. We can now tune into internet radio using our smartphones. There are internet radio applications as well that are available on both Android and iOS devices. These enables us to listen wherever and whenever we are. The 5G technology and the fast internet connectivity make it more accessible. Hence, the internet radio is beyond desktop PCs. How does the internet radio work? We'll take you through how it works. There are three fundamental stages, namely the live broadcast, the server, and of course, the listeners. For live broadcast, it is the actual live broadcast or production. For instance, I am speaking to you and my voice is going into my microphone, down to the cable, and into my computer. And it's being recorded on the computer in a very similar way to a kind of internet radio station. Okay? And then for the server, the broadcast is going down the wire into the computer, and then it's being transmitted from the computer out to the something called a server. The server acts a bit like a transmitter tower. And for the listeners, the server powers the actual radio feed out to all the potential listeners. Again, there are three steps or fundamental stages. The live broadcast is sent to the server, which acts as the transmitter tower for the internet. And that in turn sends a broadcast out to all the people who want to tune in from either their desktop PCs or smartphones. How can I listen to internet radio stations? So, if you have not listened to an internet radio station before, or perhaps you want to listen to a few more, or maybe you have only heard a couple, here are the great places where you can find a huge variety of great internet radio stations. First is the Live 365. Next is Shoutcast. Third is AccuRadio. Fourth is Internet Radio. And then the fifth one is Voice of America or VOA News. Live 365, Shoutcast, AccuRadio, and Internet Radio are radio station directories and also a software which you can use to broadcast your content if you would like to do so. On the other hand, Voice of America or VOA is a United States government funded multimedia news source and the official external broadcasting institution of the US. VOA provides programming for broadcast on radio, television, and the internet outside the US, both in English and some foreign languages. There are vast quantities of online listeners browsing the site looking for radio stations that suit their preferences. Check them out and listen to some different internet radio stations and see what you think. Hmm, so can anyone broadcast online? Do you need to have a special radio station set up? Or do you have to be a radio professional? Do you need to have millions just to operate one? So, to answer, not at all. You just have to have passion and dedication. And also, you need to find your niche. So, to answer the question, yes, anyone can broadcast online. Conventional radio broadcasting on AM has been around for about a century, and on FM since the 1950s. Traditional on air radio has many strengths and is still a vibrant medium. Of course, it will likely remain the principal delivery mechanism of radio content for quite some time. The internet has opened up a new possibility or broader avenues for radio enthusiasts. During the last years or so, internet radio has been a major on focus of technical innovations rather and operational experiments. Now, internet radio or IR has become a mature medium with distinctive characteristics. Okay? So there are tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of internet radio stations worldwide, ranging from big portals down to small local and individual streaming stations. The main assets of internet radio are its global reach, interactivity, and personalization. Internet radio can be accessed anytime and anywhere thanks to the modern ICTs. Here are our references for our Module 16 report. Again, good day, classmates and friends. My name is John Kayaban. Thank you for listening to our introduction.